I just finished Casey Neistat's course on Monthly, and if you're anything like me and you're considering signing up for this course, it's likely that you have some questions. In this quick review, I want to answer the questions for you that I had rattling around in my head before I clicked purchase and sent my credit card dollars over to Monthly. Will this course teach me anything that I don't already know from watching Casey's YouTube? The short answer is yes. Did the course repeat things that I've already learned from Casey's YouTube videos? Sure, but valuable lessons are almost always worth repeating, and I would say that overwhelmingly, the content did not feel recycled in any way, and there was plenty, and I mean plenty, of valuable and fresh information. What did I find the most useful? I cannot begin to describe the value of watching someone with as much experience as Casey make 2 movies from start to finish. And let me clarify. In this course, you literally watch every step, every shot, every cut. You watch him get stuck and you watch him get unstuck. Normally when people talk about filmmaking, they're talking. Rarely have I seen anyone explaining their process as they're making what they're making in real time. It's sort of tough to explain why this was such a game changer for me, but maybe if I use the example of cooking. Think about the difference in the level of confidence and motivation you get from watching a chef prepare a meal from start to finish versus just looking at the steps in a cookbook or learning about individual cooking techniques separately. I always feel more prepared to execute a recipe if I've watched someone go through all the steps from start to finish. And I think watching Casey go through his whole process sort of had a similar effect. I've watched hours and hours of videos about lighting and lenses and editing and which settings to use. And don't get me wrong, all of those lessons can be super useful too. But sometimes I think they can also contribute to getting bogged down in the details. Casey's tutorials draw your attention to what the most important elements of the creative process are, and it keeps those elements front and center at every stage. He demonstrates that if the important ingredients are there, you don't really need to freak out and abandon everything just because one of your crucial shots are blown out or it turns out your mic wasn't recording for a massive chunk of your shoot day. Because the thing is that those challenges are always going to be a part of the process. And if you're any amount of a perfectionist, quitting can sometimes feel like a really tempting option. I feel like it's fair to say that this is a masterclass in rolling with the punches, not quitting, and focusing on what matters most when it comes to telling stories with a camera. Paying attention to the details, but not letting the small things overshadow the goal of telling a compelling story. Did I find the classroom format of Monthly useful? Okay, so a bit of a disclaimer. Sometimes my first instinct is to be kind of a grump about group joiny, team buildy, interacty kind of stuff. Like, in my mind, I sort of, to be honest, at the beginning just felt like I just want the videos, I don't need all the other crap, I don't care about feedback, blah, blah, blah. The classroom aspect is actually such a valuable part of this course. Why? Because the creative process is so frequently an isolated one. You spend hours alone with your thoughts, planning, and then shooting, and then editing, and then you upload. And if you upload it to YouTube and you have a brand new channel with virtually no subscribers, then the reality is that basically no one sees your work and no one interacts with it. The classroom means that people are engaging with your ideas. There's someone on the other end of that upload button who is actually going to spend their time engaging with what you made. So one of the great things about this course is that it provides you with a month where you're getting regular feedback on your ideas, your process, and your finished products. Who is this class for? Will it be useful to you if you're brand new to video? Will it be useful to you if you're already capable and experienced? And will it be useful if you are a hopeless procrastinator who has overbought film gear and produced a pitifully small amount of actual work? Yes, and especially Yes. For someone brand new, I think this is a tremendous place to start, for all the reasons that I've already mentioned, but also because the barrier to entry is literally just owning a phone. You don't need to know about lighting or sound or fancy editing software to get started, and it could even be argued that you should get started learning how to put stories together with a camera before you overcomplicate things with fancy equipment and techniques. For someone with experience, I think if you're interested in learning about Casey's process, there is a lot to sink into in this course. One thing that stands out is just how efficient he is at making videos. I think almost anyone could learn something from watching how he executes his ideas. And if you, like me, have a hard time starting, have a hard time finishing, have a hard time not letting the details and setbacks get in the way of the story that you're trying to tell, then I think this course has tremendous kick your butt into gear value, and I am very grateful that I took it. I'm actually feeling really proud of what I made in the course, and having those deadlines didn't hurt. I'm happy about the connections that I made with my peer group, and I'm glad that after agonizing over it for literally forever, I finally started a YouTube channel. So, thanks, Casey. I had a blast, and I learned a ton. And if you wanted to subscribe to my channel, I wouldn't mind. For anybody who's interested in the course, there's a discount link in the description below. And I'm also happy to answer any questions. You can just drop them in the comments.